Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back again in my YouTube channel, Rafley Kasaputra. In this video, I will to tell you how to configure FTP server on Pinet Lab using an Ubuntu server with topology design that I have made. And it and this topology I has been configured for the HTTP server the server. And before that, before we go to configure FTP server, we must to know what is the FTP server. FTP server is a server that provides service for exchanging file from FTP client requests. Some example of application or software that use FTP server View FTPD, VS FTPD, FTPD, and Pro FTPD. And after we know what is the FTP server, we to know for the function of FTP. FTP has a function. Is and the first function of FTP is easily exchange file between computer even if they have a large file size. And for the second, perform website backup easily and efficiently. And for the last function of FTP is uploading website page on web server or hosting to the internet. And after we know what is the function and what is the FTP server, we can go to for the first step to configure FTP server in Pinet Lab using Ubuntu server. And because I have to configure for the FTP server, we can check to desktop client or Ubuntu desktop for check the HTTP server or the HTTP client from server A or Ubuntu server. And we click to and go to OK, and we can wait for the first and go to menu and click system cool and go to net terminal. After we go to net terminal, we can go to insert. We can type for the command is if config eth1 like this. We can check for the IP is 192.160 8.127 and 100.2 like this. We can go to check for gateway first with a ping 8.8.8. That is the NS or the NS server from google.com. And we can check to what is the client have internet access with the command is ping google.com like this. If it's status reply, the mean is desktop client or Ubuntu server have to access internet, and for the gateway is running. After we have to check for the internet in this desktop client, we can go to server A or Ubuntu server. And for the first step, we must to install the package of Pro FTPD because we want to use Pro FTPD for this server. Install Pro FTPD. like this, and enter. And we can to click yes and enter. After we have to install for Pro FTPD package, we go to check with the command is ls like this. It has to start. We must to make directory with the command is make mkdir file ftp like this. And if you have to like this file ftp, and if we have check with ls, so it will appear like this. And after we have to install for package of Pro FTPD, and we have to make directory, we go to for the next step is chmod for change mode of this file. Chmod 777 file ftp, and we can check with ls min il, and this directory have permission for read, writing, execute for all user, order, and root, user group and root. After that, we have to change for mother of this file. We can go to change directory, but before that, we can to Ctrl F for clear the screen, and we type for the command is cd/etc pro ftpd like this. And after we have in this directory, we check first with the command is ls, because we want to back up this file. With the command is cp pro ftpd.config backup like this. And we can to check with ls, so it will appear like this for the file backup from pro-ftpd.config like this. And we go to for the next step, we clear the first, and we go to edit the file of pro-ftpd.config like this from the command nano pro-ftpd.config and enter. After we have to enter pro-ftpd.config, we go to default root and we change for this. Go to /home /file ftp like this. And after that, we have to editing, and we go to exit and save and enter. After we have to configure for pro-ftpd.config file, we go to clear the first, and we create a new user for access that file ftp. The command is add user chrono. You can free to add this user for user what only, and enter. Chrono, enter. For the password is 1. I want 1 for chrono password, and enter, and yes. After we have to add a new user, we go to user mode. User mode, /home, file ftp /chrono. Like this. For we go to change user mode this chrono to access file ftp in the ftp directory from home, like this, and enter. After that, we can clear the flash for the screen with ctrl like this, and go to /etc init.d like this for ftpd restart. For activated this configure from pro ftpd like this. After that, we can check for the comment is /etc init.d pro ftpd status active running. If the comment is active running, the mean is pro ftp this file, this directory pro ftpd is running, and we can go to for the next step. And go for the next step, we come back again, go to desktop client, and we go to click this Chrome. Wait for a minute for open the Chrome. And after we have to enter the Chrome, we go to ftp like this / and your IP address from your Ubuntu server in Ethernet 1, because my IP address 192.168.1.190.127 like this, and enter. Sorry. Well, 192.1 like this. Sorry if can.
This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
FTP
And always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.
like this, and enter. After that, we can go to enter for the username, because my username is Chrono, and for the password is 1, and enter. After we have to enter for web of FTP in our web browser, we can back again, go to My Terminal, click menu, System Tool, and go to My Terminal. like this, and go to for the user root with the command is sudo space min I and enter. For the password of admin is admin, and after we have in user root, we clear first and go to apt install ftp for install the ftp client. And because we have to install the ftp, we go to clear first and we type for the command is ftp 160 192 168 127 101 like this and enter. And for the password root, we can click for our user is Chrono, and for the password is 1. After we have to log into our FTP client, we can check for the file in this FTP like this. After that, we can go to make a directory again, and from the command mkdir coba dot mkdir coba like this and ls. We can check for the command is ls. And we have like this for user chrono, data chrono, and coba for our file that new. After we have to make a directory, we can to refresh in our web browser like this. So it will appear like this. Modified and for the date of we have to make this directory. After we have to make a directory, we can go to admin's home like this. We click admin's home and we click for the file and create a document. We go to desktop and we go to create a document and empty file. And for the name file, I want to make this is ftp file .txt like this. After we have to create the new file for FTP file, we go to my terminal again and we go to put for ftp file .txt like this. We can go to access again for the terminal like this. Go to menu again, my terminal, sudo min I like this, and for the password is admin, and go to FTP again. This is gateway from Ethernet 1 in this desktop client. Like this, enter, and for the user we want to access with user chrono, and for the password this one, and go to put ftp file
Connect the dots straight to the start of intoxicating want. Lingering touch, these soft words whispered in the dark. Set my heart on fire.
like this. Oh, sorry, we must to go to quit the first and go to cd/home and admin admin desktop like this and enter. After that we can go to type for our IP gateway like this and go to chrono user for the password one and go to put ftp file.txt like this. After we have to transfer for ftp file.txt, we can check with like this. We go to browser again and we access for our ftp gateway and we refresh again for the password chrono and we log in again in this file ftp chrono and for the password one and we have this file. We can see this. The mean is we have success for configure this FTP server and FTP client with Pro FTPD software or package in server A or Ubuntu server. Maybe enough for this video. Sorry for a lot of bad with me and thank you for your support and thank you for your time again to see my videos and welcome and see you in the next video. Thank you all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.